Hello everyone, welcome to Car Radio. This is Van Jiang Pachalat. Now today I have with me the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now this is one of the most popular American SUVs, and this is not just any American SUV. This is a proper luxury SUV built to compete with the likes of the BMW X5 and the Porsche Cayenne. Now this has a very interesting history. It all started in 1992 when they released the Grand Cherokee concept. Now the Grand Cherokee concept was an instant hit. People really liked it. So in 1993, they brought the Grand Cherokee to the world, and it got really popular. And the styling was pretty similar to this, but it was more boxy and not as modern as this. So the headlights were a bit more square, they were taller, and they weren't like this. They weren't sleek LEDs. They were simple bulbs. Now the Grand Cherokee is a very interesting vehicle. I really like this vehicle. Now, on the history again. In 1998, it got a different engine. Originally, it had the Jeep Cherokee's engine. Now, the Jeep Cherokee was a different vehicle, and it still is. But this is a Grand Cherokee. The Jeep Cherokee doesn't have as many features or the size of the Grand Cherokee. The Grand Cherokee is almost an entirely different vehicle. And a lot has changed over the years. The Jeep Grand Cherokee went from cloth interiors and boxy shape to a very smooth interior with a really nice Capri leather interior. Now, the Grand Cherokee has had a lot of interesting versions over the years, some with Mercedes-Benz engines, some with Mercedes-Benz transmissions. This was all during the Chrysler-Daimler alliance, and the interesting versions don't stop there. There's also the SRT8 from 2006 to 2010. It had a 5-speed Mercedes-Benz automatic, 425 horsepower from a 6.4-liter Hemi V8. And the SRT8 was not your average everyday Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was a very interesting Jeep Grand Cherokee. It had a lot of power, 4-disc brakes, and it was a very good looking vehicle. Now, of course, it's not a simple Grand Cherokee, the SRT8. It was an interesting Grand Cherokee. And the SRTs didn't stop there. But one more interesting fact about the original SRT8 was when it was launched, it was one of the fastest Chrysler projects after the Dodge Viper. Now, you may be thinking, well, that is very interesting. Chrysler products aren't that fast, but the Dodge Viper was a very fast vehicle. Sorry about the planes, okay? It's a bit weird, but sorry about that. But now let's continue on the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, that was the first gen SRT8. And after that, there were a lot more versions, like the 2012 to 2014 model. So that was basically just a Grand Cherokee with a 6.4-liter Hemi V8 that made 470 horsepower and a different front bumper. So it had two really large intakes that sent cold air to the brakes. And same thing, we had the Trackhawk, the 2018 Trackhawk. Now, the Trackhawk wasn't your normal SRT8 or your normal Grand Cherokee. It was the most powerful Grand Cherokee ever made, with 719 horsepower with a 6.2-liter V8. The Grand Cherokee was a really cool car. It had 170 millimeters of ground clearance and 20-inch rims. Now, these are also 20-inch rims, but back when the Grand Cherokee was a rather new vehicle, they didn't have 20-inch rims for all of them. They only had it for the SRT and the Trackhawk. Now, Trackhawk was really nice. It had a Trackhawk interior, dual chrome tip exhaust, and a really powerful engine. It could rip up tires with a lot of power. Now, more about the Grand Cherokee. It's a very fresh design. It's nice, and I really like this design. So you see how it's simple, but it's also complicated. You see this line that goes through. It's just so nice. And we also have the amazing rims. They're two-tone, polished, really nice rims, 5 spokes, and all the brakes are caliper all round. It's a powerful vehicle. So this Grand Cherokee in particular has 272 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque from the engine. It's a really powerful engine. And an interesting thing to note, this. So this is a reflector. It's called a side marker. So it's got a light in it. So the thing is, in America, there's a law that all vehicles need to have one in the front and one in the back. But for some reason, I didn't see one in the back here. Maybe that's because it's an Indian spec. I mean, come on, Jeep. We also need some safety. Listen to us, please. Okay, so the reason they need this is at night, you won't be able to particularly see a vehicle if its headlights and taillights are not working. But if this works, you can have a good idea of how big the Jeep actually is or any other vehicle. That's one thing Americans really got right about safety. Now another thing they got right was 8 airbags. The Jeep Grand Cherokee has 8 airbags. You heard me right. It's a safe vehicle. It's really nice, and overall it's really nice. Like I said that a lot of times, but I'm just saying this. More things to note about the Grand Cherokee styling. The iconic 7-slot grille, really nice. Sort of honeycomb style styling, also nice. And inside there's more honeycomb styling. You can't exactly see it if you just look at it, but if you get close, you look inside, there's honeycomb styling inside. There's also this, the front camera. So if you reverse out to a place, then you go forward, it automatically turns on the front camera so you can see what's in front and what's maybe on the road, even if you don't notice. Really advanced system that. And we've got this for ADAS. The ADAS is really helpful, but sometimes can be a bit annoying, but it's helpful in terms of safety. And it's very iconic, the style of the Grand Cherokee. Now this is the 2021 model. This is, well, not the most latest because the 2025 just got released, but in India this is the one we have right now. Really nice. And there's one interesting thing I want to talk about here. So you see this is the mirror. So it's got the 360-degree camera, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the mirror itself. So these are heated ORVMs. So what happens is if it snows or it rains, well, it won't snow here, but mostly if it rains, you know, the mirror has a lot of droplets on it. You can't exactly see. Some people might take a tissue and wipe it. But in the Grand Cherokee, it's a bit more advanced. All you have to do is click a button and it heats up. Now there's a logo for this, if you can see here. So it heats up and it evaporates all of the water. So you don't have any water left on the mirror, and it's clear, it's perfect. You don't have to worry about anything. And also it's got the thing where the triangle lights up if someone is behind you or next to you, and it turns red if someone's really close. And this is to show that it's heated. Really nice touch Jeep. I appreciate what you guys have done. And it's got a unibody architecture thing, so it's really strong. It's a tough vehicle. It's built to last for a very long time. It's made for off-roading, city use, and it won't look out of place next to a Mercedes. Now moving on to the rear of the Grand Cherokee. You can see its credentials. It's a 4x4, and you can see my amazing YouTube channel's name. Please subscribe. And this is the limited O variant. You can't get any other variants in India. Really sad. This is the only variant you can get. It's a really nice one. And I think that's about it for the exterior of the Grand Cherokee. Now, come on with me and let's go and see the interior. Now, let's have a look at the interior. This is an extremely heavy door. It's really thick. You can see how much noise cancellation they managed to fit in this. It's really cool. Now, black leather all over. Now, some people may not like the black leather, but I think it's a really nice choice. So it's Capri black leather with white stitching all around, and this is wood and this is brushed aluminum. Really nice, very amazingly nice. Now I'll just get in. Okay, so the interior is very comfortable, and almost everyone gets a screen in this model. So the driver gets a screen over there, and then this is the screen for the radio and stuff. And here you can watch movies, you can play games. This has a USB and HDMI connection. So if you have a console, you could play games on this, but it's not a great idea. It's a really small screen, but this would be good for movies. You have the glove box with a lock on it. Storage, rotary knob. You don't have a gear selector here, just a rotary knob. And then here you can pick the sand, snow, auto, and sport. That's cool. They have sport mode. Some other Jeeps don't have that here. Then this storage, and then you can lift this as well. You have more storage down there, and the AC vents over here. This the A off. So when you stop the car at a signal, the car will turn off. If you click that, the car won't turn off. Then more and more buttons, the hazards, and the passenger screen turn on button. You can turn this on here. AC vents, steering wheel, really nice steering wheel, aluminum, wood, stitching, super nice. And you got the screen and a lot of buttons on this. And an interesting thing is this has voice commands. So it's a very advanced smart vehicle. Now moving on to the rear, you have a lot of space back there. It's nice. You have an armrest over there, and overall it's a nice place to be. Now there is a lot of headroom here. So if you just look here, this is how much headroom I'm getting. I'm not that tall, you guys know that. But even if it's someone taller, they get a decent bit of headroom. And this visors, you get lights, but you need to turn on the car for the lights. Cool. And this sunglasses holder, really nice, slow opening. And this is for sunroof. So this is the cover for it. It's fabric. This goes back and it opens a dual pane panoramic sunroof. You can open the front pane, and yeah, it's cool. And you can open the trunk with this button, this one, and the lights and all that stuff. So lights, really nice one. And overall, the interior is a really nice place to be. Now the last thing I want to note are these carpets. These are not rubber carpets. Now people would think they're not that great, and they're not good if you're going to walk around in a muddy place, but they are soft and they are very much comfortable. And the Alpine speakers. These are 9 amplified Alpine speakers. These are huge speakers compared to the other ones I've seen. These are really nice. Now the rear, I'm just gonna have a quick look inside. So we have a lot of stuff here. It's really nice here. So you get the wood, you get the speakers, the lock and unlock. You get it for all 4 passengers here. And these are the shades and the armrest here. And the view from the back to the front, really nice view. Then the sides, and this is the back, a lot of trunk space there. Now this is a really nice place to be. If you're a businessman, you wouldn't feel out of place. Now the trunk. Now on a lot of other Jeep models, it would be here, but here it's here. Now let's open the trunk, automatic with the keys. And this is the boot space you get with a Grand Cherokee. There's a lot of boot space, really nice. Now in here you have the spare, and you get a lot of space underneath, and you got a lot of space on top. It's amazing. Also this to make sure that people don't spy on you or whatever you have in the trunk. These are the really strong hydraulics. They're very, very strong. And if you need to lift a hood, not a hood, a trunk like this, you need a lot of force. And these for grocery bags. So you can put a grocery bag or tie something on this and it'll stay there. Now, to put the trunk down, you just click this. So a lot of people say that Jeep should have done it on top. But the thing is, if you can't reach up there or it hurts to reach up there, you can just click this smarter option. So if I click that, it comes down. Now this is the mighty petrol engine that powers the Jeep Grand Cherokee. 272 horsepower and 400 Nm of torque. Yes, it's a petrol. It's really nice. I like the design of it. It doesn't look that big when you look at it just like this, but it is a very powerful engine, and insulate dampening here, so it doesn't make a lot of engine noise. Now, yeah, that's really hot. I'm not going to bring that down. But I think that's it for the day, and that's me signing off.